It begins the day you realize something terrifying. You've become what you once swore you'd never be. It doesn't happen with a crash of thunder or a villain's monologue. It happens in silence. In the quiet of a dark room, you catch your reflection, and for a split second, you don't recognize the person staring back. The eyes are tired, yes, but there's something else behind them. A hardness, a coldness, a shadow that has stopped lurking and started living in your skin. This is the moment you see the evil within, not as a monster to be fought, but as a tenant who has slowly redecorated the entire house. You feel the ghost of your inner child darkness, a memory of a time before the walls went up, before the armor was fused to your bones. You try to pinpoint the moment it happened, the betrayal, the failure, the 1,000 tiny cuts that made you bleed out your light. But you can't. It was a slow poison, not a sudden blow. You look at your hands and wonder what they've typed in anger, what doors they've slammed in frustration. My inner demons aren't chained in the basement anymore. They're sitting at the dinner table, and you're the one who served them the meal. The horror isn't in what you've become. It's in the chilling, gut-wrenching realization that you let it happen. You don't know when it happened, but now it's everywhere. Evil doesn't arrive with a signed contract and a puff of smoke. It seeps in through the cracks of your exhaustion. It's born from hardship. It starts the day you realize the world isn't fair. And to survive, you have to play a different game. You build a wall to protect yourself from pain, but you build it so high you can no longer see the sun. Each betrayal adds another brick. Each disappointment adds more mortar. At first, it's just defense, survival. You learn to be cynical because optimism got you hurt. You learn to be distrustful because faith got you betrayed. You start what I call the dance with the devil, where you mimic the energy of your attackers to survive the attack. But the dance goes on for too long. Survival morphs into identification. You start to see it in your patterns. The negativity you spew online, the instant judgment of others, the cynical thoughts that have become your default setting. You surround yourself with toxic people because their chaos feels like home. You're trying so hard, breaking negative cycles, but you don't realize the environment you built to survive is now the one trapping you. The devil doesn't knock. He echoes. He echoes the worst thoughts you already have about yourself and the world. You didn't consciously choose evil. Exhaustion did. The constant fight to stay afloat, to defend your heart, to just get through the day. It drained your battery. And in that depleted state, you made a deal. You traded your softness for a shield, your vulnerability for a weapon. Evil doesn't scream, it drains, until one day you stop fighting and start becoming. So the day comes when you see it. You see the darkness, the anger, the resentment living inside you, and your first instinct is to declare war. You decide you're going to fight it. You will crush your evil thoughts. You will silence your inner demons. You will destroy this evil within. So you fight. You scream back at the cynical voice in your head. You punish yourself with guilt every time you lash out. You deny the darkness, pushing it down, pretending it isn't there, and you lose every single time. You lose because you don't understand the rules of this game. Fighting evil keeps you on its frequency. Imagine you're trying to get rid of a radio station playing static. Your strategy is to turn on another radio right next to it and blast loud, angry music to drown it out. All you've created is more noise, more chaos. This is what you do when you fight your shadow self. Every time you engage with it, with anger, with denial, with shame, with guilt, you are tuning your own energy to its vibration. You are grabbing the darkness by the shoulders and screaming in its face, which only pulls you deeper into its world. The louder you fight, the deeper you tune in. Evil doesn't attack, it invites. It invites you to a battle on its home turf, where it makes the rules and feeds on your rage. The most profound and terrifying realization is this: your resistance is resonance. The energy you spend fighting the darkness is the very energy that sustains it. You are powering the monster you're trying to kill, and you can't win. You can't win by shouting louder. You win by changing the station. The solution isn't to fight, it's to become obsolete to the darkness. This is the frequency shift. We've been taught to think of good and evil as a moral battle, a war to be won. But that's a trap. Let's reframe it. Evil isn't a moral failing, it's vibrational. It is a density of energy. It's a low, slow, heavy frequency. Good, or light, is a high, fast, light frequency. Think of consciousness as a skyscraper with infinite floors. The lower floors are where you find fear, anger, jealousy, and despair. The energy is thick. The air is heavy. It's chaotic. The higher floors are where you find peace, joy, gratitude, and creativity. The energy is light. The views are clear. You don't get to a higher floor by going to a lower floor and starting a war. You don't destroy the second floor to get to the 10th. You simply get in the elevator and press a different button. You don't fight evil. You outgrow it. You raise your personal frequency so high that the lower, denser energies can't exist in your reality. They can't reach you. You're operating on a completely different wavelength. This transformation isn't a battle. It's a process of recalibration, and it happens in 3 stages: awareness, confrontation, and recalibration. You have to see the frequency, purge what holds you in it, and then build a new signal. You can't make darkness disappear from the world, but you can make it irrelevant to yours. This is the 3-part transformation framework, the practical path to changing your frequency. First, awareness. See the energy. Stop identifying with the darkness. The evil within isn't you. It's a frequency, a program you've tuned into. It's an energetic parasite, and you're the host. Your awareness is the light that exposes it. Watch your shadow self with detached compassion. When an evil thought arises, don't fight it. See it. Acknowledge it. Say, I see you, frequency of anger. I see you, frequency of jealousy. By seeing it as energy instead of identity, you disconnect its power. This is true emotional healing. You are no longer the storm. You are the sky watching it pass. Second, confrontation. Purge what keeps you low. This isn't about fighting thoughts. It's about gutting your environment. Your low frequency is anchored by people, places, habits, and objects. Be ruthless. Identify the news sites that fuel rage, the friends who drain you, the clutter holding stagnant energy. Don't just get rid of them. Destroy them. Don't donate clothes that remind you of dark days. Cut them up and throw them away. Delete toxic contacts. Clean your space. This is how you break negative cycles. You remove the anchors pulling you down. Third, recalibration. Rebuild the signal. You've created a void. Now fill it with a higher vibration. Consume and create high-frequency energy. This isn't about thinking positive, it's about doing. Play music that makes you feel alive. Go outside, feel the earth, get sunlight, move your body to celebrate it. Write 3 things you're grateful for. Create something. Art, a meal, a clean room. These acts train your nervous system to feel safe in a higher state. That's how you stop fighting evil. You starve it. You shift, and it loses signal. But here's the chilling truth. Evil's door never closes. The lower floors of that skyscraper are always there, waiting. Living in a high frequency isn't a one-time achievement. It's a moment-to-moment choice. It demands discipline of energy, attention, and environment. But living low is also demanding. It drains your life, ruins relationships, poisons health. You have 2 choices: the discipline of high vibration or the pain of a low one. Both are hard. Both require energy. Choose your suffering. One path leads to growth and peace, the other to decay. The shadow self never dies, but it loses power when you stop visiting its home. Evil can't hear you when you change the station. It can't reach you when you're living on a higher floor. So the choice is yours, every moment. Which floor have you been dancing on lately? The good one or the bad? Drop a comment. If you're ready to stop fighting and start changing your frequency, comment, "I'm changing my frequency." It's not just a comment, it's a declaration, a signal to yourself and the universe that you're choosing the higher floor. If this hit you deep, share it with someone stuck on that lower floor, fighting a battle they can't win. You don't have to fight anymore. You just have to rise.